our next speaker, Ms. Sakshi Mittal, founder and director of University League. Her LinkedIn profile quite aptly describes her as an edupreneur, career consultant, and mentor. She holds a master's degree in organizational psychology from the University of Manchester, UK, and is a certified global career counselor by University of California, Los Angeles, and British Psychological Society for psychometric testing. Sakshi, I would request you to probably share your experience of having worked as a counselor and share as to what are the considerations that parents particularly and students look at when they are selecting courses and when they are selecting universities within India, and what can be done by the higher educational institutions to sort of participate in this discourse of this decision making which undergoes at the level of parents and students at this stage.
Thank you, Lee. Yeah, so adding on to what where Surbhi left at. So yeah, I keep meeting a lot of students every day. And to my surprise, this year I've come across so many students, first year in college, and they want to drop out. They want to change their careers, they want to change their major. So I am pretty sure that there is something that we are all doing wrong about it. You know, students are not happy with what they are studying, they are still confused. They're not, they choose engineering as a major, then they want to switch to mass communication. So I think, three major players who can affect this are parents. Because for our Indian audience, our Indian students, no matter where we are today, parents are the biggest decision makers. They are still relying on their parents. B, it's the schools. I have been visiting a lot of schools for the past 1 year, and it's surprising that they don't have a single career counselors for the students. There is single one person who's almost doing everything. Students, like all the careers we spoke about fintech, edtech, entrepreneurship, digital marketing. To my surprise, students do not have, a knowledge about that these career options are still available for them. All they know about it, okay, I'm from a commerce background, so the BCom option is there for me. I'm from a science background, maybe an engineering or an architecture or a medicine option is open for me. Same goes for humanities. Okay, so they are not aware about it. Schools need to focus a lot on career counseling. They need to have focused career counselors in their schools. Activities like psychometric testing, regular workshops with the students they need to have to actually make the students aware about the kind of courses they can do. So as Surbhi pointed out, not everybody today needs a bachelor's degree in a commerce or in engineering. There are a lot of jobs that are available today with the vocational training, or a lot of vocational courses, whether they are online courses, offline courses. So yes, we need to guide our students towards that. B, yes, parents. Where parents come into picture is in the transitioning phase. Okay, so experiential learning, like Surbhi had talked about. Okay, we are in a habit of spoon feeding our class 11th and 12th students. Now, these are 16, 17 and almost 18-year-old students, and when I interact with them, they cannot even write one email properly. So, with my experience having studied outside, also interacting with students outside India and interacting with an average 17-year-old Indian student, I find a major difference. Okay, so now an average, maybe a third-year college student, if I compare it to a 17-year-old UK student, they are much more smarter. The reason being, we don't let our students do anything at all. Okay, so this is a major admissions time for me, wherein I keep, meeting a lot of parents who are applying for various colleges for their students. Okay, the parents do not let the students even fill in a single application. From creating their emails to, sending out emails to the universities, to writing their essays, to choosing their majors, everything is done by parents. So the whole question is, we need to have the students completely involved in this process. That's how they're going to learn. The reason for this is that, when they come to college, a lot of students that I talk to, they're not able to adjust in the college atmosphere. In school, every day they're sitting with the same classmates, used to the same teachers, meeting the same friends. They know, by September we have our half-yearly exams, by March we have our final year exams. They are very comfortable in their environment. Now what? As soon as they come to college, everything changes for them. everything. For a person who's never even, probably gone out to buy a course book for themselves, they are supposed to do everything on their own now. Everything on their own. So, like in the previous discussion, it was rightly pointed out, the job of a teacher here is to impart the knowledge. Ultimately, the work has to be done by the students. The work has to be done by the students. In college, you no more have anybody going behind you that you'll fail, do your assignments, do your exam preparation, and that's where the students fail. Then secondly, a concept which I feel is missing in India is right from 11th and 12th, we need to start preparing the students for colleges. Now, how do we do that? Make them talk to alumni of different colleges. Have them talk to them that what do their days actually look like in an engineering colleges. A person is studying physics, maybe enjoying a concept of say electricity or anything like that, and say I want to do electrical engineering. But they have to understand what we are trying to study in class 11, 12, and any subject is a very tip of the iceberg basically. When you get into college, it's going to get much more vaster than that. Okay, so that's one thing. B, something like summer schools, which is a concept which is very, very famous abroad. Okay, we need to bring that in India. So now the advantage of such schools is it's going to expose you to a lot of different majors, like the one that OP Jindal is doing out here, so that the students, before they are actually making a decision to commit themselves to a 4-year major or a 3-year major, they know what they actually like. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that our CBSE curriculum in particular really, exposes the student to any of the undergraduate degrees that, we are actually, the students are basically who are pursuing it. From interior design to a digital marketing degree to a law degree, the students don't know that what courses they'll actually be studying, because we have a very limited number of courses in terms of our curriculum that's just limited to business studies and economics, physics, chemistry, or a biology. Okay. Yeah. So.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
CBSE is.
But in fact, yes.
Many
CBSE is yes.
But
Offering schools are not.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
for interrupting, but
yeah.
I'm the principal of the Public School Solid, and actually, I was noting. I have already noted this question. I was planning to ask later on, but. Actually, there is a big mismatch between the subjects available at school level and the colleges offer, and
exactly.
That too with the restrictions that you should have this combination, or this maths is compulsory along with maths, or along with English, or along with this and that.
So see here, my point was that basically, what the schools are offering, like how many schools do you know? Like I know a maximum number of schools are not even offering humanities, like it was pointed out in the previous discussion. Courses like psychology, I know that CBSE is offering a lot of courses, but how many schools are actually bringing them into practice? The students get a circular at the end of their class 10 with 3 streams, okay? Humanities, science, and commerce. And to my surprise, even within those 3 streams, they don't have the liberty to choose any 5 subjects that they want to. If a student is opting for humanities, most schools will make a history and a pol science compulsory to it. If the student wants to choose between the 5 subjects that they really want to,
of their teachers.
yes, exactly. It depends on school to school. It depends on different classes that they are doing.
And that is one factor, but
yeah.
Another factor is the kind of admission, the way they are getting admission into colleges. That is again a major factor.
That's a very big mismatch.
Suppose
Systemic thing, the entire systematic thing. That's that's what is a mismatch.
Well, there are many concerns regarding this, and maybe we can discuss it more, later. Yes.
Correct. Yeah. So no problem. Yeah, no problem. So so that's where teachers need to come into place firstly, and so I'll leave it to that, and I think the next speaker can take it from here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mittal, for hitting the nail on the head and establishing the gap vis-a-vis the curriculum and pedagogy that's there at the school level, the limitations of it, and how it hinders the progress and the knowledge base required of a student at the entry level of university education. You also spoke about the need to instill a sense of independence in students, which also connects to the previous thought of the ability to be able to take decisions which requires thinking skills, independent thinking skills, and how it is lacking in student at present, and how schools and colleges need to focus on these issues so as to equip our students to be able to compete with the best in the world.